This is the last panel of the 10th edition of German Film at Comic Con. So I have a very serious question. Are you ready? Let me organize here you go. Thank you, Ministers. We love you. Thank you for sponsoring. This is so nice. Much better. All right, guys. So our next guests are extraordinary. Do you know who they are? Anybody know? Do you know what's the name of the show they were in together? I cannot hear you very well. One more time? Okay, I think you know. I think you know the name. Great. I think we all felt really lost watching that series, didn't we? Like, what the hell is going on? What is that song? Where are we going with that? But it was such a journey for all of us. Do you agree? Alright, and guys, so if you have any questions to our stars, please line up behind the microphone. I have a feeling they will answer our questions. We'll see. It is the last panel of the whole event, and all of us are really exhausted, so also be gracious. Be kind. And yeah, guys, I will not wait for this moment any longer. I need a big round of applause for Rebecca, Melder, and Josh Lloyd. Welcome. You can sit along with the couch. Here you go. Welcome to my living room.
Thank you.
This time I invested in mustard yellow or green. Is it yellow or green? You're going to take your shirt off as well? Yeah! No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Welcome to the last day of German Film Comic Con.
Oh. Thank you. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you guys here. It's really nice to see you here and spend some time with you. How is it for you? Are you exhausted? Is there still any energy left?
I'm dead inside.
You're hiding it very well. Great acting.
Always that way. No, I've had a blast. I find they're much more polite. Thank you.
We Europeans are just raised different.
Yes.
We really are. Is that your first European convention?
Yes, it's my first convention actually. At all. I've done the ones in San Diego.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Colony.
Okay.
So I did like 7
Okay.
in a row for shows. But this is the first one just for me. It's fun.
Yay! Question, what is more exhausting, 2 days of the convention or 1 day on the set of Lost?
1 day of the Lost for this guy. I don't know if you remember that every girl that I ever came in contact on the show punched me.
Yeah, there was a reason.
Some way, like, oh God, it's like no more guest stars in your groups, no.
Lost was
definitely more exhausting, and it's funny, people often say to me, oh, you must be so exhausted, or you flew in for LA and you've been standing here all day. But I was joking earlier, like, the energy is like, it's just such a high. Like, by the end of the weekend, I'm like, woo! I find it really hard to go to see cultural convention, because the energy here is just so high vibrational.
Oh, so you're just taking our souls, that's why.
Yeah,
just feeding them.
Yeah, I love them, give me more.
But so I presume everybody says always like, oh, we were on the beach all day, this is amazing, a beautiful sunshine, but I don't think that was all so great being in high temperature.
I was telling someone a story the other day about whenever we would break for lunch on the set of Lost. So we'd all be standing there with the same mud on our face and the same outfits that we've been wearing for years. And then they'd be like, okay everybody, that's lunch. And all the crew would just take their shirts off and they would hide, do you remember they would hide their surfboards in the brush. And all of a sudden, can you pull out the surfboard and we're like running into the ocean. Like, oh my we do that? But we couldn't. We had to like keep the integrity of our look, and all the crew would go swimming. We just sit in our trailers, yeah.
And if you want to call it the integrity, it was like after 2 weeks in the same hero clothing.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty. So you have to get there in the morning. I caught them actually dragging my jeans across set behind a ATV. I was like, what are you doing? Like, it's not dirty enough. So,
They used to take our clothes from the show, they'd have like 5 of them, set the mud and the dirt on all of them, and then you'd slowly go through them, and then they would wash them in the washing machine, and then someone had to re-add the mud and dirt to make it match all the others. What a job.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your job on the set? I just make things dirty.
things dirty?
Just like Josh Holloway.
There you go. But it's good that they didn't pull you in the jeans behind the, that would be a little bit more challenging.
that's the only thing they had to do. They were waiting. I'm sure if we had another season.
So we're talking about challenges. Do you remember a specific moment during filming that is like, this is like, I'm done, this is enough? And not say every day, but is there like a specific time you were filming and you're like, I am done?
I nearly got hit in the head with a bow and arrow with a ball of fire on it. And I was like, is this job going to kill me? Or just maim my face and my entire career? There was just a lot of things I'm like, that stunt didn't feel like it went very well.
I had the same experience. When the house burnt and I had to go save Claire on the show. Well,
with my brother.
the first cut, they're like, action, or the second cut. First one, like, I did, and I can run. The second one, I ran the house and I was like, oh, blank this. I turned around, the house fell. Nice. That was close.
I don't think my insurance covered that. Wow, that's scary. Okay. So it was dangerous.
It was, and it was funny too, though. Our effects guy, Archie, he was hilarious. We had to blow something up. And I remember we were there and someone took a video of it, and he blew this thing up. It was so huge. And right away, I was like, "What you use, Archie?" He's like, "TNT, man." It's a dynamite. Are you going to the Western? What is this, bro? Dynamite.
Sounds great.
You're lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
Is what we're trying to say.
So I don't know if you guys are aware, and I still want to watch it, but somebody on the internet, I love internet, somebody on the internet took Lost and re-edited it to be chronologically correct. So I think, have you ever heard about that?
No.
I really want to watch it because maybe that's going to be a completely different show. Who knows? But somebody actually took time to do that, and it was like fan-based.
No job and no children.
Yes. You know what else they took time to do?
Yeah.
They edited me and Randy Fox as lovers. And I mean, all the looks they give each other stuff, they just played so perfectly. I was like, oh no, they call it Brokeback Island.
I want to see that one. You could just get
I'm not saying it was hilarious. Well done.
you could just get like a 1 hour video and you just go, son of a bitch.
Yes.
That'd be a good one.
I didn't understand that, actually. How could I say, son of a bitch, on network TV? And I made one reference to the word shit, and they're like, well, Mr. Holloway is not allowed to even say a reference to that word. And I'm like, but I'm saying son of a bitch every day. They were crazy.
Oh, America.
Whatever.
Americans are great. Americans. Like, of course, it must have been shocking. It's like you read the script, what? It's like, do you remember the first time you were going through the script for Lost? You're like,
Every episode, you're like, what's going on? What's my name? One time I said to him, we were in the jungle, and they're like, rolling. And we went to do something, I'm like, Josh. And you're like, what? I'm like, when is it? It's not a question you can normally answer. And he went, I don't know. 50s or something, you know? And it was, you were right, to be fair, he was right, because we were flashing back to the 50s, and then it was the 70s, and...
Oh, that was crazy. We kept doing that thing when our minds were freaking out, and we had to fall on the ground and like shake around, and then you were so funny, they just started dancing. And we're all on the ground, like laying around, shaking, like cockroaches, freshly fumigated. So,
but we would fight, like when we had to switch from a flash forward and a flash sideways and go to the 50s and back to present day, the world would shake and then it was back to the 70s all in one scene. So you'd have one person go, oh, and then someone else would go, and then someone would go, oh. And then we would start arguing and fighting over who got which.
yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that, I forgot that one.
They'd be like, you did that one last time, you got, oh, I want to do that one this time. We would fight over who got to do each pose. It was so stupid.
Sounds like fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
So Rebecca, yesterday we were talking that Once Upon a Time was so
Complicated?
loved by fans because you guys are like a big family, and that does not happen normally.
No.
So I would like to ask, how was it on set of Lost? Did you guys felt like a big family, or it was just more as a trauma bonding experience?
So we're definitely, I mean, I wouldn't say we were all one big family because there were some, you know, bigger personalities than others, but there was a lot of, Terry O'Quinn was like the sexy hot dad, and he was an he's an amazing singer and guitarist, and so is Josh. So sometimes we would do like sexy night shoots in the jungle, and then I would have hours between set-offs, and those two would start playing the guitar, and then we'd start singing, and then at one point, I said, oh, fuck me, I wish I had a beer. And I would carry on, we were all singing, and I looked down, and we'd all been given a beer secretly in red cups on our chairs. And we were like, how is this my life? And I'm in the jungle drinking beer and being serenaded by Locke and Sawyer. If I died and gone to heaven, like, this is not normal. Thank you, God. Wow, there's some pretty wonderful moments for me like that. Really good.
I couldn't stand any of them. No, I'm kidding. It was amazing. It was definitely magical. And it was before the digital era, really, of filming, so we were 35 millimeter. It was a lot of time, and we turned around to film the other side of set, so that's when we all jammed,
Yeah, we had
guitars,
downtime.
sing, had a blast. Or we used to always do the five best, you know, and you argue as like five best candy bars. Oh, this isn't enough. It's not even a candy bar. It's not a candy bar. You know, so we go into all kinds of five best. That was a big deal.
It was a lot of fun. And then someone would come and go, hey guys, we're ready for on set. I'm like, we've just got 2 more bars of this song. We'll be there in 7 minutes.
So it sounds more like a summer camp more than a family.
Definitely.
So a summer camp with
Yes.
That's very good. And Josh, would that be a very different set from, for example, Yellowstone?
Yes. Well, it kind of changed a lot. The business changed, and so it became a lot kind of more serious on set, and you couldn't be as wild as you were.
Yeah, that was honestly Lost was the last TV show in the States to ever be filmed on film, like proper film,
Yes.
schools and everything. And Twitter had sort of just been invented. Instagram wasn't here, Snapchat wasn't here, none of that. So we kind of like, even though the show was so massive, we weren't all sitting there on our iPhones, you know, looking at what fans said about our performance the night before. So because we were already remote and on an island, and then not really in that whole social media world, we were able to have kind of this sort of magical separate experience without all the like the noise and the chatter ruining it. Yes, it made it more kind of special.
It really did. That we were isolated, and we didn't even know the show blew up until we went to the States. And we were like, oh Jesus! And we went to the mainland, and we were like, Jesus, okay. We went back to our bubble, and
It's when we were in Hawaii filming, the locals were like, whatever.
exactly.
No one really realised how big of a deal it was until we went back to the mainland.
So do you think that the technology destroyed your experience like on sets?
No,
With social
it
media?
changed it. There's just a lot less like hang time. Because digitally they like the whole room, they can fix it close, so you go right into, you know, in the filming or anything. I, as my wife likes to say, go to the set not to act, but to act out. So I need time for that. I need to be able to jam, you know,
Less time,
tell
everything's
jokes.
faster.
Yeah, everything's good.
It's more efficient.
Social media can become a noise, right? Like
Yes.
that. So if you're not listening to what people's opinions about your character or the scenes or anything, you can kind of get in present.
Yes.
And as lovely as is chatting to you, I can see that we have some questions from our audience
Hello.
there. Hello, audience. How are you guys? So let's have the first question in.
Hello, thank you for being here again. So I have one question. If Charlotte and Sawyer had the chance to leave the island together, but had to solve one of the island's mysteries to escape, what do you think their partnership would look like? Would they be a perfect team or drive each other crazy?
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
Good question.
I think they would be a great team and they'd fight a lot and then they'd have really great sex.
Exactly. I think there would be some sex involved
And
in
the
the decision making.
You know,
Is what
I
I
have a
think.
mystery that I want to solve. Like, why the hell did I speak Korean? And why was I with a polar bear in the desert? Nobody answered that. Do you know?
What happened to the horse? There was a horse. Come on, we could have used that.
One day.
Yeah, we would be a great team.
Thank you so much for your
Spin
question.
off.
That would be good. Next question, please.
I have two questions for you both. My first question is, what was your favorite time you spent either together or with different cast members on sets? Your favorite moments with each other?
Oh man. Well, that was kind of a funny time when we had to shake around like crazy people on the ground all
Do
the
you
time.
remember when we filmed the finale and it was like, we are everybody, and it was a big concert scene.
Yes.
And with the finale, they didn't give us the whole full script to keep it secret. So they were giving us all individual pages. So we all kind of got together and tried to piece together what happens at the end of course, because we didn't know either. And we were all kind of piecing it together. And we did this big sort of party scene, and it was my last scene, and I'm like, I've already done my dialogue. Well, I start drinking. So then I'm drinking, Emily's drinking, and we're like dancing in the trailer, and there's a knock at the door, thinking that's the rap, like, hey guys, we've turned around. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Oh no! And Emily's like, what if we're on camera? I'm like, what are we gonna do? Shit! So I had to like carry everybody back to the scene, and then I sat down and there was a camera right there. I'm like, oh no. That was a really fun night.
That was fun.
Everybody was in that scene, so I liked the scenes when we were all together.
Yes, that was fun because you know people got killed off over the years, but we were all together again, and it was just beautiful. We had an amazing evening, and we might have been drinking the last night as well, so it was a good time. Yeah, it was a good time.
It was fun to meet you.
Thank you. My second question is, I already asked it to Josh, but maybe also nice for the audience to hear your answer. What was your favorite thing about your characters on Lost, like personality-wise?
I'm Southern. I'm raised to sugarcoat everything. Not really say that what you're really thinking about something, and so. For me, it was just playing my alter ego as the other side of me, like, oh, this is finally. So it was kind of therapeutic. I love it.
My favorite can say whatever you want, you know that.
Oh, you cannot. Are you kidding me?
Try for one day, it's fun.
My favourite thing was that I was in jeans. Because as a woman, you're often in like a skirt, pencil skirt, and high heels, and loads of hair and makeup, which means you've got to get out of bed earlier. It's so much more annoying sometimes to be a female actor, you know, because you've got to get into the hair and makeup chair at 4 a.m. on a Monday. So when I got the job, I said to the hair and makeup department, I don't want any hair and makeup, because I wanted to sleep one. All I did was sunscreen, and that was it. It was the best decision I ever made. But then like, it was funny, because before I got the part, I'm like, oh, I'm so sick of being dressed up, I really want to do something casual. But then like after a few episodes, I'm like, I really miss being feminine. I'm like, oh, actors are the worst. If you want to make an actor complain, just give them a job. We'll find a way to complain about something, won't we? We're the worst. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi. First of all, it's so amazing that you're here, and it's so great that we finally get to talk about the loss here in Germany, because I feel like that doesn't happen a lot.
True.
And my question for you would be, what were your favorite character dynamics? Were your characters with other characters, or which ones would you love to explore more?
Character dynamics, I love it.
That's a good question. I pretty much loved everyone I got to work with, and we had these moments that were just phenomenal. But I loved your energy was amazing when you came on. We needed that. We were like,
All the humor.
we needed more of it. It was fantastic. But I loved working. Evie, me and Evie did so much together. We kind of grew together. I loved working with Foxy, with Matthew Fox, and then Juliet came along. That was really amazing as well. And Ken Leon had a really good banter with pretty much everybody. Jorge, I loved our relationship on the show, and even Donald's characters and everything. They did well.
When I got killed off, I moved on, a bit sad. And one day I was lying in bed and my phone rang and woke me up in New York, and someone said, "Hey Rebecca, I have taken a call from Carlton for you." I'm like, "What? Why are the producers of Lost calling me?" Because months have gone by, and I'm like, "Hello?" They're like, "Hey Rebecca, congratulations on these 2 films you're doing, how you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm alright." And they said, "We know we're in season 5 and everything, we just wondered if you'd like to come back for a couple episodes." And I went, "For what? More nosebleeds?" And they went, "No, to have sex with Sawyer." I said, "When does the plane leave?" 3 days later, wrapped my film with Uma Thurman. That was fun. And flew and I got to live here. You're welcome. Here we go. I swear to God, true story. I swear on my kids.
Wow, that's cool.
That's the power of Sawyer.
Never told it. Get to shoot.
Thank you so much. Next question, please.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I'm questioning if you had ever written a screenplay on your own.
You did it?
If you had ever written a screenplay on your own or thought about writing something.
Okay, so have you written a script or a screenplay? Oh God, no, I'm not a writer, are you?
Yes,
No.
actually, I've written a lot of stuff nobody cares. But I had children, so I was watching nothing but Disney movies forever, so I was like, write one. So I wrote an animated thing with a friend, California Dreaming. It's pretty hilarious. About all these different animals all over the world and how they decided to come to Hollywood and try to make it.
Cool,
But it was funny, kind of thing. And then I
So
wrote
which
another
animal was
one.
you?
I was a hound dog. I was Rusty. I was Rusty the hound dog.
Dog, ain't nothing but a hound dog.
He played guitar, and he was wanting to be a singer and an actor. And it was fun. But I like writing. It's just fun to tell the story. And the best moment is when you finish it before you show it to anybody. And before any judgment comes in, you're like, this is awesome. So, and then you get kicked.
Thank you so much for your question. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And next question, please.
Hi, thank you for being here. So, while the show was running, fans came up with so many theories about the island, the dark cloud monster, and I wanted to know what was your favorite theory that you have heard that show the island, the monster, and so on?
I don't remember any theories per se, but I sometimes would go to Lost Watch. You know how people would have watch parties? Do you remember? And like really famous people in LA would have, like groups of friends and hang out or whatever. And I got invited to one. There was loads of celebrities there, and I was there as like a pet. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like a puppet or a court jester. I'm like, why am I here with all these massive celebrities and they have cinema then we watched an episode together which was currently airing at the time. And then they sat down and everyone was theorising and everybody had a theory and everyone was completely wrong. And that was really fun to watch, everyone be so wrong and then not tell them anything. That was really sneaky. That's a power move.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
sexy.
I had a theory once, and I told Damon, the creator, and I was like, I think the island is like the Death Star. I think it moves. And he looked at me and said, who you been talking to? I was like, I didn't say a thing, Daniel. We never had this conversation. I'm out.
Really good idea.
I ran off to that, but I don't know. It wasn't that, obviously, but I thought that's why it couldn't be found, because it was moving. But that's, there you go.
It's a good one. And what about you? Did you have any theories when you were watching?
There were many. The one theory was that they were all in some kind of in-between world.
Like a purgatory.
Purgatory.
Yeah. And then there was another theory that it was an alternative version of the Stephen King's Langoliers. Something like that.
Okay. Interesting. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next question, please.
Hello, my question is, what plot twist surprised you the most on the show? What plot twist surprised you?
Plot twist that was the most surprising one.
I'm surprised I survived for a while.
Can't think of them.
I was not expecting to hook up with Juliet. I really was. I didn't see that coming. I thought that she was the love interest for Jack to come on, and then when that flipped, I was like, oh, wow, okay, come here, Blondie. Really? Great. Okay. It was good.
Don't question love.
Yeah.
Or lust. What about it? You cannot think of one? No, just too many. What about you, sir? What was your favorite plot twist?
Obviously, when you find out that Jack and Kate left the island.
Okay, thank you.
Good answer.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Hello, my question is, how do you like the real island, Oahu? Is there something in your time when you were there that was really annoying, or what was the opposite?
What did you like about Hawaii?
I love Oahu. And what was amazing is I had a Jeep, and the captain of the Teamsters knew everybody on the island, and I liked the four-wheel, and he'd just make a phone call, and he's like, yeah, go, and they'd give me the gate code or a key. So I explored that island like bananas. So I had a blast of that.
Thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I love Oahu. I found it fascinating that the show was able to fake the entire world on one Hawaiian island. People still to this day will ask me, where did you film Lost? Hawaii. Oh, the big island. No, the island of Oahu. Where else? No, that's it. Literally, they were able to fake Sydney and Singapore.
Yes, that's it.
It's phenomenal that you get that much on just one tiny island. That was really impressive to me. Like Oahu is its own little mini world.
Yeah.
Do you still go back there? Do you go there for holidays?
Yes.
I love it.
I love it. Actually, I went back, unfortunately, they're probably dead now because the kids were small, but we had ducks because we lived on a canal, and they would just come, and they were just wild ducks all the time. So we must have raised 14, 15 over the years and named them all. But when we left, we had to leave Jojo, Sloppy Joe Strawn, we called her, and Pecker. And when we came back on vacation with our kids, like 3 years later, they were still alive. And we were like, yeah, we found them, they came running up to us, and we fed them, it was great.
That's really cute. Very cool.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you miss from Hawaii like, on a daily basis?
The weather. Because it's not just about being sunny. There's something about Hawaii that was also said in Lost a lot, like in the writing. They'd always say this island has magical powers. And I think it really does in real life. I look the best when I'm in Hawaii. I don't know why. I think it's because it's humid every day and I'm so relaxed. And I'm like, wow, like I look and feel so healthy and wonderful when I'm here. The minute I get off the plane, there's a smell in the air, my shoulders drop. I'm like, here we go. It's a very healing place to be.
Maybe it's the energetic center, as they call them. Yes.
Yes, I mean, fantastic. And the water, so warm. I'm southern, I can't get in the California Ocean. Do you guys like to swim in that? It's freezing. So,
All year round. I mean, the ocean in LA never warms up.
never.
Not even the middle
freaking
areas.
cold, so I love the water.
Gorgeous. We've all gone to Hawaii right now. Yeah, it gets good plus. Thank you so much.
And I have a second question. Did you live the whole time in trailers when you were filming there, or in homestays at the North Shore, or maybe in hotels in Honolulu or somewhere?
It was different for everyone, wasn't it? But we were only in our trailers when we were at work, but then most people were like renting houses, and then people that were on it the whole time and invested in having like a proper home with their families, and then guest stars would come back and forth and get put up in the same hotel and go back and forth, right?
Yes. Yeah, we only, okay, I slept a couple of times in trailer, but that's another story. But,
Different reason.
but yeah, we only worked in trailers, and we bought a home the first season on the water, so because I was a fisherman and I wanted a boat, it was a dream, so that's what I did. Which was so fun. My wife and I would cruise around at night in these canal systems with our martinis, people's houses with the lights are on, like, it was fun. It was a fun little thing to do.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and we have time for one last question.
No pressure, make it go.
Absolutely no pressure.
Hi, thank you for being here. You told us you didn't use the end for the script, and I just want to know if you like the end or if there was a part later where you think, oh, now I understand, I like it now or something.
So did you like the ending, or if you didn't like it, did you like it afterwards when you saw it all finished?
I think the ending was misunderstood by quite a lot of people. I mean, I find into these conversations all the time, even just like in a supermarket, and go, hey, oh my gosh, Charlotte, what was up with the ending? And I'm like, and I look at my watch, and if I haven't got to go to school and get the kids, I'm like, okay, here's the deal. And it's like basically sort of what the people that wrote it said, like what happened, happened. Whoever got off on the plane got off on the plane. You know, Ben and Hurley stayed, Jack did die. Because so many people were like, oh, it was all a dream. I'm like, that was not my takeaway from it at all. You know, and that's then in the church. I don't know who has told me, it was Carlton or David, that was Jack's purgatory in the church.
Oh,
that was how it
wow.
was explained to me.
Well, finally, you explained it to me. I was like,
Only 10 years ago,
I had
20
no
years ago.
idea what happened. I was like, I think it was purgatory, and then I think we sidestepped parallel lives somewhere, and hey, I survived. That's all I care. I'm like, okay, what's
Oh my
that?
God. Do you remember when we had the series finale party? Do you remember in Hollywood?
Oh my God.
They did this really cool thing. So the whole finale was airing, it was the night, and I got an email like, obviously, you're invited to the finale watch party, and you'll get the address half an hour before the event, or something like an hour before, because they didn't want anyone to come. They didn't want any press or any fans or anything. So sort of dressed and ready to go, and then ping! It was really exciting. Do you know what I mean? To get the address last minute. So when we got there, it was just cast and crew, and on a giant screen, and we all watched it together and sort of wept together and held each other. It was really beautiful. It was such a special night. It was such a great way to honour the whole thing, but the button at the end.
It was a beautiful closure as well.
It was.
Christ.
I was thinking of another party, but that was a great one. And it was fantastic. I was talking to one that Evie threw. She evangeline threw a party at Kualoa Ranch where we filmed a lot. was in the middle of nowhere. And she put a tent up, fed 400 people, you know, and I'm standing there, and Carlton comes up to me and goes, I want you to meet somebody. This is Jimmy Buffett. And I'm like, Jimmy Buffett? Oh, all right, nice to meet you. And we ended up walking out because we both had to pee and peeing off the terrace together. And he lit up a joint. I'm like, really? Okay, Jimmy Buffett, let's do this. And then he came up on stage and sang Margaritaville. It was amazing. I was like, wow. This
Sounds like a cool party as
It
well.
was a cool moment.
All right. Well, now I want to go to a party.
Let's go to a party. Okay. Okay. What you guys doing tonight? Are we going to a party?
You know, everyone's exhausted. They're like, no, we're going home.
Well, it was so nice having you here, and thank you for your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It was just so magical having you guys here on stage. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on your first European.
Thank you. Thank you all. Very sweet.
My dear audience.